So jab cross, step a knee, good. Okay. And jab knee, jab, knee, good. Again, jab cross, step a knee, perfect. Jab cross, jab knee. Just jab knee, sorry. Go, that's it, you got it.
What we're watching here is a Muay Thai drill on the transition from a long range attack, the punches that we've already learned, into a short range attack using the knee. Remember I said that Muay Thai is the art of 8 limbs. Well, we've added 1, 2, the 2 fists, 3, 4, the 2 feet. Now we're going to add something 6, 7, which is 5 and 6.
Yeah.
One of those numbers, which are the knees, knee attacks. Now I bet we could turn this into a drill that we could always practice.
Absolutely.
If you haven't already done so, why don't you get up out of the chair and join us here. Again, I always say move stuff aside so that you have plenty of room and you're not going to knock over anything in the living room or whatever room you're practicing in. Give yourself enough space so that you're not only keeping your space safe, but yourself safe as well.
Okay, so to practice long range from short range, working punches and kicks with knees, you can practice this. As you're stepping forward, you're going to throw jab, cross, and then on that cross, you're going to pretend you reach around a knee, pull them. You're going to reach around behind their neck, okay? And as you're reaching around behind their neck, you're going to pull them into a knee this way. So as your hips come forward, your foot turns out slightly, and your knee, allowing that right knee to come forward, and you lean back a little bit, okay? So jab, cross, step slightly forward with the right, grab with the left, right behind the neck, knee. Let's try that again. Jab, cross, slight step, reach across, knee. Let's do it again. Jab, cross, step, reach, pull a knee, okay? Jab, cross, step, pull a knee. One more time. Jab, cross, step forward slightly. See how my foot's turned out a little bit? Reach, knee, okay? Or just jab, knee. Jab, reach across with that right hand, knee. Okay, jab, reach, knee. Okay, jab, reach, knee.
And once again, I'm noticing in myself when I stop breathing. Like there's both the physical exertion of this, but there's also a newness factor. So we're adding a new technique in here. You get all caught up in the excitement of doing the move, but you should always check yourself in breathing. And one way that you can check, Kat's already given us a clue here, is the sound.
Yep.
So if you can hear the sound of your breath, you can hear the as you exhale, then you know that you're breathing. So let's try this again. We'll get everybody to make a sound. Okay. We're going to make noise as we're doing this.
Jab, cross, step, knee. Jab, cross, step, knee. Jab, cross, step, knee. Good. Again, jab, cross, step, knee. That's it. Now let's just practice jab, knee. Jab, knee. Don't forget to breathe on the jab. Jab, knee. Okay, jab, knee. Jab, knee. Jab, cross, step, knee. Okay, jab, knee. Jab, cross, step, knee. Jab, knee. Jab, cross, step, knee. There you go.
We can slow this down.
Yep.
Maybe do it a few more times. After you've sort of gotten the energy behind it, it's always a good idea to go back to the basics and go, let me check my form. Let me see if I got that foundation. I keep getting in my head what you've said about balance and a strong foundation as the basics for everything that we do in Muay Thai. So let's do it one more time. Nice, and lead us there.
Remember when you're in your stance, your weight is evenly distributed both legs. Your heel, back heel is off the ground slightly. Your hands are up. So as I knee, I want to turn this lead foot outward a little bit. If I'm going to knee with my back knee, I'm going to reach like this. So when I reach, I'm reaching behind their neck. So if the person's right in front of you, you're going to take your rear hand and reach around behind their neck and knee. Notice what I'm doing with my hand when I do that. I keep it at face level and I'm moving their head over. Okay? I'm not pulling it toward me. I'm moving it over. Okay?
Learn something new every minute.
There's a whole theory on clinching and kneeing, especially when you're controlling their head. It's not about, yes, you want to pull them down and knee them in the face. That's one option. But on the other hand, if you can control their head, if I'm here, if I control his head this way, he tries to punch me with that hand. He can't because I'm controlling his head. But I'm also exposing his body.
And when she does that, she has an opportunity to get in real close. And that's that transition from long range into short range. We're going to be using that in this lesson. So you guys going to take the gloves off?
Yes.
So they're taking the gloves off because they're going to practice something that they don't need gloves for. It's a characteristic of Muay Thai, which is very unique, something that you don't see a lot in some of the other styles. It's called the clinch. When we talk about short-range tactics, this is where Muay Thai really excels, getting in close to the body using the clinch. And you're taking the gloves off because you're going to take Courtney down to school?
A little bit.
Okay,
yeah.
good enough.
Just cover some basics on clinching. The reason we're taking the gloves off is just so you can see a little bit better of what we're doing. Stand up, face me. Good. Now, when someone reaches for the clinch, the last thing you want to do is bend your head down and cooperate, because that just, your head is halfway closer to their knee, and that's the last thing you want to do. So anytime anybody reaches for a clinch, you want to stiffen your neck, stiffen your back, and you want to make sure that they can't pull you down. Having said that, can I borrow you for a second, David? Technique. This is where technique really comes into play for clinching. Okay, so if I reach behind David's neck and he stiffens and doesn't allow me to pull him down, even if I use both hands, I can't pull him down. But on clinch work, if you raise your elbow up onto his collarbone and you have the crown of his head and he fights it, go ahead. He can't. Okay.
Right.
So
it's just a matter of it's just leverage, right?
Yeah, it's a matter of leverage. However, in practice, that's the last thing you want to do to your partner. You always want to preserve your partner and make sure that they're there to come back the next day and train with you again. Because if you keep hurting them, they won't come back.
They won't come back. By the way, if you are working with a partner and you ever get into a position where you feel something is, hurting you or pulling on a muscle, communicate with them. Tell them right away, I'm going to back off of that. That's a little bit too hard. Don't be shy. Don't be stoic as though you have to resist that. So if Kathy was doing that again, I would say, all right, let me back off a little bit. That's good. Or as we did with judo and jiu-jitsu, a tap out to let them know that that's too much.
Exactly. Thank you. Okay, so again, on clinch work, this is the more dominant position. This is where I have a little more control, and she has her hands on the outside, and that's not as, so she's going to practice swimming inside first. So she's going to drop that arm, the right arm, come underneath, and then she gets her hands on the inside. Go ahead, other hand, good. So then I'm going to practice the same. If they're savvy, nope, stay there. If they're savvy and they don't let you get your arm in, you can just dip your shoulder down in first. Okay, and then get the clinch. And I dip the shoulder down and I get the clinch. Now she's going to do the same. There you go. Just like that. And so that's the first thing you want to practice. We call it swimming. Just practice getting inside and outside. Okay. From there, once you get to the dominant position, which she has, then she can practice manipulating by turning my head and kneeing to my body. Anywhere in the rib area or solar plexus is fine. So she's got the dominant position. Go ahead. She's going to pull for the clinch. Pull in the clinch and knee. What you want to get away from is kneeing with your thigh. Okay? What you actually want to do is knee with your kneecap. Okay? It's a common mistake people make. And maybe it's just they're trying to be nice, but it teaches you bad habits. You always, if I'm going to pull her into a knee, I want to knee with my kneecap, not with my thigh. Okay, so go ahead, clinch. There you go. Go ahead. Good. And the other side. So when she does that, she has one foot forward. She's going to pull and knee. As that knee comes up, your hips go forward, your shoulders go back a little bit. Boom, pull on that knee. So it looks like this. When I pull and I knee this way, pull. There's my knee. Other side, pull, there's my knee. So I'm controlling her head by the clinch, and that's one of the main reasons we do that. If I don't knee to the body, obviously I'm pulling her down so I can knee to the face. Okay. Now, another position for the clinch, go ahead, is 50-50. So she puts her other hand here, and we have half and half. So there's also other things you can do. You can still pull a knee. You can also trip. We won't get into that yet. Definitely won't. But you can control one side and she controls the other side, and then it becomes a little more even on the control and trying to get the knee in. But you can elbow from here. There's all kinds of things you can do. Another thing in the clinch, if we're talking about elbows, let's say she's in the inside and I'm getting in and she's fighting it by bringing her elbows in close. I can take my arm up here. When I take my shoulder and put it in, she can't fight it at that point. If I'm just trying to get my arm in, she can stop it. So get your shoulder in, there's the elbow. Okay. So from here, we're just going to practice swimming. Once she gets on the inside, she's going to throw 2 knees. One right, one left. Go. Good. And then I swim, I get inside, I throw 1 right, 1 left. I don't know my right and my left. Go ahead. Good. So after you practice the clinch for a while, you can practice getting into the clinch from outside, from a long-range weapon. So let's say we're sparring lightly and I reach with the jab, and then instead of hitting straight on with the cross, I'm going to go purposely to the outside and pull a knee. Okay? That allows me to get in. It allows me to pull her head and control it this way. So I throw jab first, maybe say she parries the jab, and then I'm going to reach purposely on the outside of her head and then pull a knee this way. Okay? Then from there, she's probably going to reach and try to grab me in the clinch, and then we go from there, okay? And the swimming continues, okay? So now you practice jab cross, okay? So I parry, reach this way, yes, pull a knee, you got it. Okay, let's do it again. Good. Again. Okay, one more time again. Go ahead. Good. And now I'll practice it. One more. Then let's come over this way a little bit. Then there's the jab cross step off to the side and knee, okay? Just as a way of getting from long range to short range. As I throw my jab and on my cross, she blocks, or she bobs left, doesn't matter. Whatever she does for her defense, then I'm going to step slightly this way and knee, okay? I'm going to reach around to her head. I'm not going to try to necessarily pull her head down. I'm going to control her head and point it that way so that she can't come back with punches here. Okay? So when I throw my jab cross, 1, 2, I reach as I step. Okay? So I step to the outside of her foot, reach this way and knee. To the outside of her foot. So jab cross, 1, 2, I step, reach, knee. Jab cross, 1, 2, step and reach, there's my knee. 1, 2, step and reach, there's my knee. Now you do it. Good. Reach right over behind my neck. Yep. Good. Go ahead. Nice. Again. Then you can start mixing it up, okay? From the clinch, once I have the dominant position and I knee, okay, here you can also tie up the arms and go for elbows. So if she were in the dominant position, I can also reach across here and secure this arm. And there's my elbow across, okay? Or I can pull a knee, I can reach over the top like this and trap her arms like this, okay? With the gloves on, it kind of looks like this. You're here and you're here. And then you can knee. She can knee also, but she doesn't like the fact that her arms are trapped. So they'll immediately let go. But it's a tactic you can use. So once we're in here, okay, she can trap my arm. There you go, right there. And reach around the other side with the other arm. Yeah, that's it. Now my arms are trapped and I want to get out, okay? And she has better control than I do, okay? So, getting in a close-in version of that.
Kat,
Yeah.
once again, I'm so jealous of not being in Courtney's spot right here, but I think if I had an action cam so I could see the close in, I could see some of the details on that. Let's bring the action cam in and get really close in on this trap that gets us into the clinch.
Okay, let's do it. Okay, so let's get a real close-up shot of that trapping of the arms, okay? So she's here on the inside, and I'm on the outside, and she's getting control of the knees here. So I want to take my hand and just reach under, I take my shoulder, and I trap the arm like this, okay? It's not just about reaching underneath and grabbing, but I want to take my shoulder and pinch her arms together. And at the same time, I clinch right here. I just grab onto that arm. Then I'm going to reach over the top, just like this, and now I have more control on the knees. Even though I have gloves on, I have a lot more control. She'll want to slip her hands out, so let go and get out as fast as she can, and then we'll go back to regular clinch.
So you can see that when we're in a clinch, you seriously have to change from one tactic to another tactic. This is all about what we call changing the distance. As Kat pointed out before, what you have to do when you're fighting with somebody is figure out what their range is, figure out what their tactics are, and then change. Sometimes you get further away, sometimes you get closer, sometimes you get real close. But you have to have a transition. You have to have a bridge. You can't just walk straight in to your opponent and expect everything to go your way. So using this tactic of the clinch here, using the leverage of the body, you'll be able to enter safely and throw your technique. There's a lot more to come right after this. So you notice that we've already started to introduce a new kind of technique, short-range techniques. We've been introducing the knees here, but you might have also seen Kat throw a couple of these in there, elbow trikes. Now, how many different kinds of elbow attacks are there in Muay Thai?
Oh, variations of the round elbow. You can come at a downward angle or upward angle at an angle. You can come straight up. You can come down around this way or across, or you can come up this way. That's basically it.
Sounds
so
like
about 4 or 5 different angles.
Sounds like some techniques you could teach to to Courtney.
I could.
Good. All right.
I could. Absolutely.
All right, I'll get out of the way and let you guys play.
So, gosh, some of the ways, I don't want to just show how to elbow, I also want to show how to defend against elbows, because they're very brutal and you know, they can be very, very damaging to somebody when they're getting hit with an elbow. But obviously they don't do that until they reach the pros. Common myth about headgear, that it prevents you from being knocked out. It doesn't. It actually prevents cuts, but it doesn't prevent getting knocked out. And you can still get cut wearing headgear, just saying. Not as common with headgear, but you can. So from the clinch, okay, I'm in the dominant position, she's in the outer position, okay? Right away, I can let go with this hand and come with the upward elbow to the chin. Boom. That's one of the first things you can do when you have the dominant position. And let's say she's inside and I'm in the outer position, I can also just come right across like this with elbows, okay? So as she's here, I'm inside, okay? I can come straight up, boom, with an elbow. So what I want to do is just take my hand and rub it right on the side of my head. Like those guys who do this with their hair. Right? It's the same concept, whoop, right there. So I'm on the outside, she's on the inside. She wants to come with an elbow, she comes straight up, boom, just like that. All you got to do is just take your hand and brush your head. That's all you do. Okay, so come up. That's it, just like that. And that's how the elbows work. And she can work either side, left side and then right side. Good, you can practice that. Then I fish inside and let's practice. Just going inside, boom, up. I also hold that neck here and I come up, and here, boom, I come up, just like that. Okay. So again, fish inside. That's it. Now practice your elbow. Up, good. And then up, good. Now, while I'm fishing, I can also do it. Boom. While I'm fishing, and then I control. So I come up, there's my elbow strike, and I come back down. Okay, then I knee. So while she's fishing, she can try that elbow up, oh, right there. And then control, elbow. Don't forget the elbow. Do it again. That's it, right there. Go right on the side of your head, okay? And then while you have the dominant position, go ahead and knee. Good. And knee. Good. Okay, so on that trapping that you saw before, when I came across here, I can trap, and I can come across an elbow. So she's going to practice that now. I'm on the inside. You're going to trap, come across with the elbow on the other side. Boom, all the way across. Good. Okay. Good. Then you're going to slip out. You clinch. I trap. Boom, my elbow. Or I trap here and I elbow. Either way, I can trap. Trap, and then come across with the elbow. So trap this way, come across. Boom. So practice both sides. Okay. Now I'm going to be on the inside. You go. Trap. Come across with the elbow. Boom. Trap. Come across with the elbow. That's it. Perfect. Okay. I let go. You go inside. Good. Trap. There's my elbow. Boom. Okay. Trap. There's my elbow. Now I go on the inside. You go. Good. But when you trap the arm, just pretend you don't have fingers. Pretend you just cup it like this. Okay. So pretend we have gloves on. There you go. Other side. Elbow. Good. Okay. Now, off of a lead hook. Okay. So I can block it here like this, or as you throw that hook, I come around, block, there's my elbow. As I get inside, I block this way, and then I come across with the elbow. It's done pretty quickly. So let's say you throw your cross, and I bob to my left, you throw your hook, I'm going to block, boom, come across with the elbow. Okay, so cross comes, I bob left, hook comes, I'm already inside, there's my elbow. Got that? Okay, so I throw my cross, you bob left, good. Throw my hook, you're going to block, good. Yep, or you can come with this one, either one, you can come with both. Okay, so I throw my cross, you bob left, good. Block that hook, block, elbow, yep, you got it. You can also clinch here if you want to. Okay, so you throw your cross, I bob left, you throw your hook, I'm going to come here, boom, come across with the elbow. So I immediately just hook your neck, block and elbow. Block first, okay? So I throw cross, I'm going to bob left, I throw my hook, block, there you go, there's the elbow, boom, right there. Do it again, bob left, good, there's my cross, hook, yep, you got it. Make sure you're blocking this. Don't let me hit you with it, okay? So bob left. Good. Block. Elbow. You can do it without this, but it's better. It's better to hold on to the head so they can't get away, okay? So bob left. Block. Hook. That's it. Now, do this and this together. You grab and you elbow together. Boom. So you sandwich them, okay? So I throw my cross. Good. Come around. Block. Elbow. Good. Are you catching this? So make sure that when you're there and close, you don't want to be so far away that you can't reach them with the elbow. You got to step in a little bit when they're throwing the hook, okay? Because come this way so they can see it a little better. So you throw your cross, I'm going to bob left. You throw your hook, boom, and I come across, okay? One more time. Cross comes, bob left, hook comes, and there's my elbow, okay? Now you try it. Bob left, good. Block, that's it. You got it at the same time, perfect. Do it again. That's it, just like that. Okay, bob left. That's it. One more time. Good. So it goes in 3 sets. As she does this, first she bobs left on the cross. Okay, on the hook, she's going to block, and at the same time she's reaching, and while she's reaching, she's elbowing. Boom. Yep. One more time. I throw my cross, she's going to bob left. That's the basics in the beginning punching. Then I throw my hook, she's going to do a basic block. Block, and at the same time she's reaching and elbowing. Good, let's do it again. Bob left, good. Here's my hook, she's going to block, clinch and elbow. Good. Even if it's a half clinch, it doesn't matter because she's setting up the elbow. Okay, one more time. Bob left, block, clinch, elbow. Perfect. Okay. Now, off of a jab. So jab comes here. I'm going to switch my feet. This is what I call splitting the difference. This might be a little complicated, but we're going to try it anyway, okay? So splitting the difference means I'm either on the inside of her punch or I'm on the outside of her punch, okay? Splitting the difference is here. I'm allowing this jab to go over my shoulder or over my shoulder this way, okay? I want it to go here so that I'm more on the outside of her, okay? My hands are on either side of her punch. So when that happens, she steps forward and she jabs, and I switch my feet, okay? Remember the switch kick? I'm going to switch my feet the same way. So when I do that, I'm going to reach across with my forearm. I'm going to control her arm here and her chin here. Okay? So as she comes forward with the jab, I'm going to guide this over. Okay? She comes and jabs, I guide it over. She comes and jabs, I guide it over, I switch. After I switch, I control and I knee. Then from here, I'm going to bring this down and come across an elbow. Okay? So you're using elbows and knees together. Jab comes, slowly. Jab comes, I'm going to redirect. I'm just going to guide it over my shoulder. I'm going to switch my feet here. As I do that, I control the arm and I control her chin. And as I do that, I'm going to knee. From there, I'm going to switch from the neck to her arm and elbow. One more time. Jab comes, redirect. I switch my feet. I control the arm and the head. I knee with that left knee. I switch from one hand to her arm, elbow. Okay? So now you try it. Okay? So as I jab here, you're going to redirect. Take your rear hand, just guide it right over your shoulder like this. Okay? Take your rear hand, guide it over. Good. This hand's going to come here. You're going to control my head, remember? Good. This is going to control here. You're going to switch your feet and knee. Switch knee. Perfect. Then from there, this hand's going to go here, but just hard. Down and then across with the elbow. Boom. Okay? Got that? Let's try it again. Slowly. I throw my jab, redirect, switch your feet. Good. Knee. Good. Switch and elbow. Perfect. Do it again. Redirect. Good. Yep, that's good together. Knee. Perfect. Now switch, elbow. Nice. Do it again. Okay? Perfect. Oh, sorry, I jumped ahead. Go ahead, do it again. Drag, switch your knee. Good. Down, elbow. You got it. One more time.
One of the things that you should be able to see already is how much control you get when you're in a clinch here. The clinch is a technique that allows you to sort of change up the tempo of the exchange here, of the fight, so that you don't have to be at the mercy of somebody else who's already maybe have longer range than you. You get inside, you take control of the tempo and the action. Now, a very interesting story about how this was developed inside of the culture of Thailand and Muay Thai fighting. If you've ever seen pictures or if you've been a visitor to Thailand, you notice how thick and dense the forest land there. The jungle doesn't allow you to have a lot of long-range attacks there. So this is a style that was developed where people were forced to be in very close, but had to develop a style that would be effective at this close range. This is one of the unique characteristics that makes Muay Thai a very different kind of martial art.